I'm Alan Johnson, and this video is about the Fox-in-the-Box Raspberry Pi image. Foxtolem software is by Chris Thompson, G0KLA AC2CZ, and the Fox-in-the-Box project is by Burns Fisher, WB1FJ, and Chris Thompson. I'm Alan Johnson, KU2Y, AMSAT Vice President for Educational Relations. So this video is about the Raspberry Pi image for the Fox-in-the-Box project. And the idea behind Fox-in-the-Box is to make it easy to set up a ground station to receive, decode, and upload telemetry from AMSAT's on-orbit CubeSats. So this particular video is going to show you how to do that. Now, this Raspberry Pi image is available on the internet, so you can download it yourself and write it onto a 16 gigabyte or larger SD card and get it that way, or you can find it on the AMSAT store. So in this video, we're going to show you how to use it. Now, my Raspberry Pi is on my network, so I'm able to access it remotely using an application called VNC, and that's how I'm able to show it on my screen here. If your Pi is not on your network, then you'll probably need to connect an HDMI monitor, a USB mouse and keyboard, and that way you can see it and operate it. So if you put the Raspberry Pi Fox-in-the-Box image on an SD card and put it into your Raspberry Pi 4, 3B, or 3B Plus, and boot it up, this is what you will see the first time. Now you'll notice that this image has a lot of other software on it. We've taken this opportunity to include software from the Aris Radio Pi project. So you see there's all kinds of SDR software, WebSDR, SSTV and packet decoding, as well as tracking software as well. Other videos will show you how to use that software. So this first thing you need to do is run Foxtolem, and it will prompt you for which profile you want to be set. Now there's 3 different profiles that Fox-in-the-Box supports. There is the Fox-in-the-Box profile, which is the one you want to use for receiving telemetry from AMSAT's on-orbit CubeSats. There is also the CubeSat Sim ground station profile. You want to use this one if your purpose is to receive and decode telemetry from your AMSAT CubeSat simulator. And then finally, the third profile is a profile of Foxtolem, which has all of the historical data from AMSAT's on-orbit CubeSats downloaded on it. So you can look at the data, you can graph it, you can analyze it, you can do all kinds of things with it. So I'm going to start by running the Foxtolem application, and I can do it using this desktop icon here, or I can go under the Pi menu here and select Foxtolem. So I'm just going to double click it here and start it. Now, since this is the first time that I've run it on this image, it's going to prompt me for choosing my default profile. And I'm going to select the Fox-in-the-Box one for receiving telemetry from our on-orbit CubeSats. So I can double click that, or I can click OK. And now this prompt here is looking for my location. Now, the reason Foxtolem needs your location is because it has a satellite tracking program in there, so that by knowing your location, basically your latitude and longitude, it can calculate when the various CubeSats are going to be overhead, and if it's set in its auto mode, it will automatically turn on and try to decode the telemetry, and if it gets that telemetry, upload it to the AMSAT servers. So it's a really great piece of software to automate the whole system. Now, if you choose not to include your location, Foxtolem will still work, but it means you'll need to manually turn it on. And so you'll need to do your own calculations and determination as to when the spacecraft will be flying over your location. So I'm going to set my location. So I'm going to type 1 here and then return. So in this case, I'm choosing just to enter my location name, and then it's going to do a geolocation lookup and determine the latitude and longitude. It should work for most places in the world. You can also enter your grid square if you enter a 6-character grid square for your location. Or you could just enter your latitude and longitude manually. Or as I say, if you don't want to include it, your location, you just select option 4 there. So I'm going to type in my name here. So I live in Philadelphia, PA, USA, and hit return. And that just did the geolocation lookup, got what looks like the latitude and longitude. It's north latitude and west longitude there. So it's configured that. Now it's asking me for my altitude, for my elevation. So I'm going to put in 10 meters. You need to put it in decimal meters. So 10 meters. Okay, and now it's prompting me for my ground station name. So this is so that when Foxtolem uploads any telemetry that I might get to the AMSAT servers, it'll mark it with my ground station name, so I get credit for it. There's a AMSAT telemetry leaderboard website that you can look at, and you can see your packets being received, and you can see how you're doing against the other ground stations out there. So I'm going to put in Allen's Fox in a box and hit return. Okay, so it's fully configured, and now it is running the Foxtolem software, and you can see that that the Fox in the Box profile has the current on orbit Fox series CubeSats, and also it's got Golf T there getting ready for that to be launched hopefully soon. So those are all in there. Now, the only spacecraft that's actually turned on for tracking is AO95. Now, the reason for that is that AO95 or Fox 1 Cliff is the only one which currently it is easy to receive telemetry from, and it's regularly transmitting telemetry. Others, such as AO91, 92, occasionally transmit telemetry, and others, such as AO109, is transmitting telemetry, but you need a pretty powerful antenna in order to receive it. So so that's the reason we just have AO95 turned on. So if you have a decent antenna and with a good view of the sky and everything is good, you should receive telemetry regularly from AO95. So all the other settings are set here. You can see that some information here is changing. There's an azimuth. The elevation is negative, indicating it's below the horizon. That's why there's nothing happening with the radio. And it says here, decoder will start when the spacecraft is above the horizon. Now, the FunCube dongle here is preset, since that's the recommended SDR, software-defined radio. If you have a different one, such as the RTL SDR, you'll just need to change that manually. So what you'll do is you'll uncheck auto start here, and then select the RTL SDR or whichever dongle you might have, and then check the auto start again. And if we just have a look here under settings, you'll see the various information, the ground station name, the latitude and longitude, altitude, all preset along with the recommended options, but you can customize any of those if you want to. And when you do receive telemetry, so for example, you click on the AO95, you will see that telemetry packets decoded will give you a number, and you'll see the actual data here, and you can graph it and do all kinds of things. Also down the bottom here, it'll also say, it'll also indicate the number of frames and the number of payloads there. Okay, so that is basically it for setting up Foxtolem. Next time I reboot, Foxtolem will automatically be run since we've set the profile. Now, I'll also just quickly show you the download profile, and we use a different icon for it. Here it is, Foxtolem download. So if I double click on this, it's going to run a different profile of Foxtolem, and this one has downloaded from the AMSAT servers all the historical data. Like if you look here, payloads, I think that's a lot of digits there. I can't see if that's 7 million payloads. I think it is. And also you'll see CubeSats such as AO85 listed there, and Husky. So if you select one of these spacecraft, you'll see there's lots of data. You see there's 961,000 payloads just for Fox 1A alone. So you can have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so that's it. Hope you have fun with your Fox in the Box.